Alright, so taking a look at the rogue cards from Wailing the Caverns Mini-Set. First up, we have Savory Deviate Delight. So this card is a transform a minion in both players' hands into a pirate or a stealth minion. So this is like a card of the past, Demonic Project, which would change a card in each player's card into a demon. Whereas this will change it into a pirate or stealth. So obviously this has the implications of wrecking an OTK deck. The most prevalent OTK deck in the meta is Demon Hunter. So of course, if this were to play and hit Il'gynoth, that's their combo immediately destroyed. Or even if it takes out Moarg or Talented Arcanist, that could be destroying a lot of the potential of that combo. Although that deck tends to have so much damage potential that really, if you don't hit Il'gynoth, then that's a problem. But maybe they've used enough of their Moargs, etc., for removal that you then towards the end playing this and taking one of their combo pieces is enough to get the win for you. But it's only really got applications in that sense. I think another deck that maybe it could have application against is, say, a Libram Paladin, whereas if you take out their Lady Liadrin or the Aldor Truthseeker, one of their key pieces that kind of keep their deck churning, then maybe that could be particularly powerful too. But generally, most of the decks that you'll be playing against, you'll want to be killing them quicker than using this. You know, if you're rogue, then you want to be killing them. You don't want to be messing around waiting to kill a combo piece. You don't have time to do that. You need to be killing them with your powerful tempo boards that Rogue creates. So Miracle Rogue has no space for this. Weapon Rogue might see some of this because they play One Maker. But if anything, you could kind of say that this is diluting their pool. Generally, if you're playing Weapon Rogue, you want to be getting the Paralytic Poison or the Deadly Poison to keep your weapon going. Whereas this is just another option that you might get from your One Maker that generally won't do anything for you because you play so few minions anyway, and often those minions are kind of key. You want to play Mankrik for its potential 3 damage and body later. You want to play your prize plunderers to kill their minions, or you want to play a One Maker to generate another resource. So this won't get much value for you with your own minions, and most of the time, yeah, you'll mess with your opponent's minion, but they will either be playing enough minions that doesn't matter, or maybe they're even a spell deck. Token Druid or Spell Mage don't even run minions, so this would have no effect on them. So I think generally this is actually kind of a nerf to One Maker for Rogue, but it will have some opportunities and moments where it will be perfect and you'll win some games because of it too. But I don't think you'll ever be running this in a deck. Rogue do, just to note, get the coolest 1 mana bizarre spells. They get Yoink as well from this set, which was super interesting. And this card's interesting, I just don't think it's very good. And next up, we have Shroud of Concealment. So this is draw 2 minions. Any played this turn gains stealth for 1 turn. So if you're thinking about the effect, you'd need to be playing this on at least turn 4 or earlier with a prep to get this stealth effect, which could be good. Maybe if you're playing, maybe if you draw the minions and you get Octobot. Maybe if you draw and get Octobot, and then you're able to play that for stealth on turn 5, and then your opponent can't interact with it, so that you can definitely proc it the next turn. That could be really powerful. Stealth is generally a very powerful effect, and even just drawing minions can be useful sometimes, just to make sure your deck is churning. Maybe you could even play this in Weapon Rogue, where you run so few weapons, but you want to be choosy about the weapons, about the minions, that you draw. That maybe this has that powerful effect too. Maybe you run so few minions that you get guaranteed that you get the prize plunderers, and then that's really powerful for removal. That's one of the best 1-drops in the game, so that could be really good. But then the stealth wouldn't have much effect there either. That would just be for the minions. So I think in terms of this, for the stealth effect, it's just a bit too expensive to optimally be able to play this and get that effect. You're either playing against a control deck where they have board wipes, they don't mind that you have stealth, or you're playing against a tempo deck and then this is too slow to get the benefits. So it's a good card. Rogue has lots of draw options now, though. They have Secret Passage, they have Swindle. So generally, I don't think they need this. But you might see some decks, playing this. Maybe if I don't know. I'm trying to think. Maybe if there's kind of some spell combo deck. Maybe this would like to see that. Maybe if you're running Octobots and Ethereal Org Merchants to give +1 spell damage, maybe this draw engine helps you get closer to doing some combo with that, as opposed to using Field Contact, which might make you end up using those Ethereal Org Merchants and wasting them earlier. So I don't know. Maybe there's some sort of combo potential that you can turbo draw to with this, as opposed to using the Field Contact. Potentially. And finally, for Rogue, we have Water Moccasin. So this is a 2/5 stealth and has poisonous while you have no other minions. So for me, the immediate look for this would be thinking about Weapon Rogue. So Weapon Rogue, I've tested playing the 2-mana 1/2 stealth with poison, because especially when like Paladins were playing their big boards, their big 8/8 Divine Shields, that was quite useful for clearing. But that was back when Penflinger could still go face, so you're still running Penflinger, so you could take off the Divine Shield with the Penflinger easily. Whereas when you're not running it, the Penflingers, it's harder to get off the Divine Shields to proc the poison, and that's why Coerce, I think, ended up being much better. But this is kind of a bigger body than the 1/2, so if you did play this, you could take advantage, and maybe the 2 damage would be more potent, and it's also harder to clear than a 1/2 in its stealth form. It could have some merits, I think, maybe in Weapon Rogue, but that would be the only place I would expect to see it. And even then, generally, Weapon Rogue is kind of can take care of minions anyway. So I'm not sure that it would see the play there either. But it's an interesting card and an interesting effect that takes advantage of having a deck where it doesn't have many minions. So that's it for Rogue. I think Rogue kind of got some meh cards overall. I don't think any of these particularly step into the archetypes that currently exist particularly well. But I think that's probably a welcome sight for a lot of people as Rogue's been becoming, increasingly stronger as nerfs have continued to hit other decks and not Rogue. So that's it for Rogue, guys. See you in the next one.